Yo, collect and connect.
Blake and Chad.
Chad and Blake.
Collect
and connect.
Blake and Chad's Collect and Connect.
This is Luke Chu, Dave Presley.
Blake and Chad's.
This is
Blake and Chad's.
This is
Collect and Connect.
No, that's like you hit it on the head. That's the key is that like communities are typically born from communities. So
yeah,
it's a matter of like, and you hit look. I think people should always like pay attention, like in regular society. Look at artists, and artists are always looking for new ways to sort of break down boundaries and new ways to reach out and new ways to say things and whatever. So when you see artists excited about a thing and kind of rushing towards it, and I know I'm prejudiced in this because I'm, right? But I would like suggest to like the average onlooker, like, you might want to look into it because these are people who live every single day looking for exceptions to the rule. So when you see them move on something, it might be a hint that like, hey, this is something that could be, I don't want to overstate it, but this is something that could be revolutionary. I don't think I am overstating it.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. The whole movement is like this situation where you have like this.
It gives you legacy in the blockchain. Honestly, it's
just in general. Yeah,
time stamping your work now within a legacy. And again, you do have, I don't know what to say, or you got your physical art, but that stuff over time could be washed off a wall, or something happens to that piece. God forbid. But now you have almost a digital aspect here where you can stamp it on the chain and have it forever. I mean. And it's such a cool revolutionary thing, like you said. So,
yeah, it's a different way to say something, and that's really what artists. You look at different ways to say things, and there are different. There are things that you want to say at some moments, and you're limited by the tools that exist at the moment. Like I can only say this much because that's all the tools will allow me to say.
Yeah.
Then you get these new tools and suddenly like, oh shit, there's a way that I can say something. There's a way that I can convey my ideas in this new arena. And the legacy thing, like, I don't really think about the legacy shit. Because that's kind of like a means to, then, it's like, that's like, and it just doesn't, for me, it's like when I focus on the process, the legacy kind of takes care of it. Like the legacy will happen or it won't happen.
That's true.
But I focus on the process of like what I'm doing and this ability, like, oh shit, I am able to create this new, I'll tell you this real quick, like, perception, we all know that perception is reality. And for a lot of old cats, like boomers and even some Generation Xers, like it's hard for them to wrap their heads around Web3 because of the way they have been trained over a lifetime to perceive the world. It's not physical. They can't touch it. They can't, they can't put it on a shelf, and they just can't wrap their head around that. But then you talk to like Generation Zs, you talk to these like 18, 19, 20, 22-year-old, dude, they get it. Like you don't even have to explain it to them. Like they know, right? And so it's because they have been raised in a world where their perception has that extra little window. they can kind of perceive the idea of something of value in an environment that they can't touch, but it exists because guess what? What were they raised on? They were raised on fucking playing Animal Crossing and Skyrim and then like in Skyrim, if they go out and they buy a certain kind of real powerful weapon that helps them out a lot, you goddamn right, it's real to them. They'll pay money for it. Right?
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't know. It's a good thing to be on the front edge of stuff and watch it.
Well, now again, like you said, my kids here, they're on the Roblox, my block, all the Minecrafts and stuff. But now, again, now they can get that legacy piece as an NFT, and then boom, all of a sudden these kids are like, it's just I guess we all talk about blockchain and all this thing coming in, but that's a nice way for a segue for kids to get into the chain, and start collecting NFTs and sort of collecting their collectibles now, and maybe get a physical with that for holding the piece. And you can bring your original pieces back to Web3, and build your whole story of like why you did that, which is so cool, I think.
Yeah. It's a new environment with new people. Like, I mean, I know when there are some pretty rare, hard to find NFTs that I released on OpenSea. Right before I even dropped anything with Vivi, like
let me write these down.
Yeah, there's like yeah, they're out there, man, and like they're really cool NFTs, and some of them were images that I had done in the physical world before. But you bring them into the NFT world, and you can do things with them. I also released 5 or 6 NFTs on Foundation. I was one of the early artists on Foundation.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so I released, my Genesis NFT was on Foundation actually, and so yeah, I just dig it because it's an entirely new group of people. Like the art is like can be presented in a new way to an entirely new group of people. And I think some of the backlash that you've seen from certain sectors is really sort of like an ego thing, because it's almost like, people that get pissed off when their favorite band gets real popular. It's like, because that used to be art and like, you don't know, the only reason you're here is because of the album that they play on the radio. You're not real.
You don't know that first album, track number 7.
And wait, people are egotistical like that. They do that shit. So I think some of that with the NFTs, because some of this art, you got people that were like, hey man, I've invested a lot of time and money and interest in the physical art for the last 20, 30 years. And now it's in this new arrangement and this new environment, and all these new people are coming in and they're calling themselves fans, and that's not fair. Like you get to some of that, and people just have to learn to get over that, because the art belongs to whoever it speaks to. Like if, what I'm saying? Like the art belongs to whoever sees it and accepts it. And the art is going to continually be, it's going to continually be showing itself in new environments. And so if you're really a fan of art, you've got to be comfortable with the idea of seeing the same piece of artwork in different ways as technology,
Yeah, shifts. Yeah. Collecting these for a reason, sometimes not just for an investment, because I love what I'm collecting here. I love this art piece,
That's it.
That's it. Simple as that, right?
I love what you collect, man. Like, I used to tell people that about comic books, man. Like, buy what you like. And then if that book becomes valuable later, then that's just gravy, man. You're going to feel good. Like, if I buy a comic book and I read it and I like it, okay, service is rendered, dude. I got what I paid for, right? Yeah. If that comic book 10 years later is like, hey, man, that's the first appearance of this dude, and suddenly it's worth a lot of money, then I'm just going to really feel good. I'm like, man, like I chose that because I don't get on, look, I don't begrudge the people who collect primarily for investment. I mean, there's some people who do that. Like, I mean, look, would you rather work a real 9-to-5 job where you got to fucking wake up and punch a clock, or collect cool shit and sell it and flip it? Like, I'll do the second one every day, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be all over that.
Yeah, but I just say to those people, like, you'll have more fun if you like try to like what you buy. Like, try to collect. You know, like, it'll be more fun and it'll be more gratifying, and you won't be so how can I say this? It won't be such a cynical exercise for you to like, oh well, I bought this, and like, I bought this thing and it's the floor is dropped, and like, you know, it's like, it says
You're already in the wrong mentality there. You know, if you're a collector going in thinking you're an investor, you're already, if you're an investor thinking you're a collector. Because I came into the app like, yo, I want to flip. You know, hey, this is a perfect opportunity to flip. You know, I was in that mindset, but then it evolved like, wait a second, I love collecting as well. And now here I am, just not flipping at all, you know. And again, when the time comes and I need to do my investment,
do what you got to do.
Do what you're going to do. And I think that's like the stigma with most people, like, oh, well, you know, people are going to shun me for selling. But no, man, you sell if you got to. You know, that's why you sort of did it possibly at the beginning, but, you know, you sort of evolutionized to loving the piece and, you know, connecting with the community or, you know, with the artist. And then you're like, I'm never selling this thing, you know? And that's what happened. That's the beautiful thing about Web3, I think, right now. And, you know, that's, again, bottom line, the community-based stuff and, you know, being able to meet and connect, you know, meeting Chad a year and a half ago to where we're at today. You know, we could talk about this. We haven't even met in real life yet. Chad's in Canada. I'm in Florida. Yeah. We haven't even met in real life. You know, this
is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, this is the shift in perception, the way you can be lifelong friends with somebody, or like, you know, years long friends with somebody, and you've never physically shaken their hand, right? But that's the difference in perception. And that's why I think we have to just like, we just got to let all these preconceived ideas about what's valuable and what's this, we got to let all that shit go, because these kids, man, they're on the next shit, dude. They're not even.
Yeah, on Web 5.
No, for real. They're like on the next thing, dude. And if you're an artist, like, then you need to like be paying attention. I always think the best example of an artist, period, was David Bowie, man. That dude was constantly like scouring the streets for like the new thing. And then when he would meet some kids doing a new thing, he'd go like hang out with them, dude. And like, you know, when he went and did the thing with Trent Reznor with 9 Inch Nails, he's like,
yeah.
And it affected his sound, like the electronics and it, like, you got to continually be a human being, like just totally like, you know, evolving the whole time, you know, and like, you know, and if you're one of these people that just like, oh, you know, if you're one of those people in your comfort zone and you don't want to leave it, then,
you know,